Well, you join me today here in the University of Leeds. A couple of weeks ago, this university was the site of a big student takeover, a protest against the war in the Middle East that caused a lot of disruption and made headlines all across the country. So today, I'm back at this campus and we're going to see how things have changed. Let's go. Yes, bro. How you doing? How you guys doing?
Chilling.
You right.
What are you filming?
I've heard there was like a student protest here, like an occupation. Is it?
Definitely missed it, bro.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Aren't there people like occupying the building, or is that?
Not that I know.
Really?
We're not. We don't even get to uni here. We're just fucking.
Oh really? Yeah.
Just running around.
What are you guys doing?
We're promoting our student night.
Oh really?
Yeah. Big rave every Tuesday. You coming down?
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man, so you 50% off.
Really?
That's
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Yeah. Cheers, man. I'll promote it on my video. Yeah. Yes, man.
Yes, man.
Yeah. Look me up, man. All right. So if anyone's watching from Leeds, go to Devotion every Tuesday at the warehouse. I've got a 50% off thing, but unfortunately I won't be in Leeds on Tuesday, so if anyone wants it, you can have it for me. Just send a little comment. But yeah. Anyway, my first impressions are there don't seem to be any sort of presence of any student demonstrations. I was led to believe that there were buildings here that were still occupied, but I can't see any sign of this. So either they've been removed or it's quite well hidden. So we're not sure. I'm going to wander around a little bit more and see what is happening. If not, yeah, it'll be a very short video. Okay, so we're just coming up to the Michael Sadler building over here. According to Google Gemini, there are some students who are occupying this area. Hello. Well, as you guys can see, it doesn't look like there's much sign of a student protest going on here. It looks completely normal. You know, I'd expect to see maybe some Palestinian flags flying or something like that, but it doesn't look like there's anyone occupying this building. And I had a little look around. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Good, yeah?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good, bro. And yeah, I would have thought you'd see something. I had a little look inside, and there was nothing in there. Obviously, I'm not a student here, so I don't want to kind of go rummaging around too much. So we're just walking up over here to the Parkinson building. This is, by the looks of things, one of the biggest buildings in the university campus. And yeah, apparently there are student demonstrations going in here as well. What's going on in here? So let's have a look and see what's going on. Excuse me, guys. Is there a student occupation still going on in this building? Do you know?
Not right now.
Not right now. Is there anywhere on the campus that is?
No, I don't think
Okay. It's all, the student sort of occupation.
No idea.
Okay, so apparently there's not student occupation going on here. At least none that anyone seems to know anything about. Which is a bit of a shame. Changes the trajectory of this video a bit. But yeah, there we go. At least we can admire the lovely architecture of the Leeds University campus. But given that there's nothing going on here, I'm just going to go and explore a bit more of the area, because this is actually quite an interesting area to explore. So yeah, come on guys, let's go. Over here we have a statue of Queen Victoria, possibly the greatest monarch in the history of the UK, and her statue stands here right in the edge of the park here in Leeds. Very impressive. A lot of these northern towns will have this kind of sculpture still up from they were built in the Victorian times. You don't see it so much in the south, but in Manchester there was one, and there's one here in Leeds as well. I've just come to this little park. We're just going to walk down here and head into a place called Hyde Park, which is a heavily studenty area, but it's also very well known for having a large Muslim population. Similar to when I was in Manchester, I lived in a place called Fallowfield. It was a similar dynamic. A lot of students, and also a lot of the Muslim community lives nearby. And it's the same here in Hyde Park. Apparently there are lots of mosques and lots of practicing Muslims who live there. So yeah, as well as a lot of students as well, because it's very near the university. So we're going to take a look and see what it's like. But yeah, just before we do that, here we are walking down this this park. Very beautiful northern day here in Leeds. You can see as we're walking down these streets, these are all very old sort of Victorian terrace houses that you see all over the north of England, and these are most likely probably all student accommodation, just kind of cheap places to live. You know, back in the day, in the Victorian times when they were built, they were probably made for, you know, factory workers. A lot of these northern towns like Leeds and Manchester have a big heritage of factories, you know, industry. But now obviously times have changed, and these houses are for mainly students. And you can see over here that this is some posters that have been put up. This is a sort of pro-Palestinian one. Politics is fucks, it says. Yeah, obviously you can see it's either just been slowly eroded, or maybe someone's tried to sort of rip it off. I'm not sure. You know, we can only imagine what it said before. Here we go, this is it before it got ripped off. It was an advertisement for a talk about the events in the Middle East. Okay, well, we've made it to Hyde Park. As you can see behind me, we have the Makkah Mosque. This is one of the largest mosques in the country, and it is one of several mosques that have been built here in Hyde Park, which has a very high Islamic population. Now I'll just show you guys a bit about this mosque, a little bit of trivia that you can wow your friends with. So over here you see some writing in Arabic, and I'll just explain this to you guys. So the bit in the sort of star over there is it says Allahu Akbar, which, as we all know, means God is great, and it's something that Muslims will kind of say to confess their faith. And then above that, I can't recite the Arabic exactly, but I recognize it, and this is the official Islamic confession of faith. In English it says I testify that there's no gods but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. And it's something that people will say when they convert to Islam, when they do the Shahada. So yeah, there you go. That's a bit of context for you guys. I'm just going to see if we're allowed to have a quick look inside. Yeah, I'm going to have to be very charming to them, but let's see. It would be really cool to show you guys inside if we can. Let's have a look. Okay, so there was no one really there, but hopefully you guys just got a quick sense of what it was like. So yeah, how long have you lived here for, maybe? And
yeah, I'm living in 1992 this country.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So far 33 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And beautiful Yorkshire place.
Mm.
This gentleman see me Leeds LS6 outside mosque. He's a nice gentleman.
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome to Yorkshire.
Thank you.
And enjoy your orange.
So thank you very much, man. Cheers. Take care. Well, that is some information from the locals who live here. This guy very generously just gave me an orange as a little gift for coming to Leeds. I said I'd never been to Leeds before, so he was like, yeah, here's an orange, which is really sweet of him. So what a lovely chap. Hello, hi. Well, right opposite here we've got opposite the mosque over here, we've got Makkah Foods. I should probably say Makkah is just the Arabic word for Mecca, the holy city of Islam. I'm not going to buy anything, but let's just have a quick look around, see what it's like. You see you've got the kind of thing that they do a lot in the Middle East of having the fruits outside the main shop. Here's where you pay for stuff. Let's see if we can have a look inside. Here are some kind of spices you can buy here in this shop. What I've always found really fascinating about these places is you just get these spices that wouldn't see in you know, Tesco's or something. You've got some garam masala, ajwain seeds. So yeah, if you live in Leeds and you want a way to spice up your culinary palate a bit, then Makkah Foods is for you. Is all the meat here halal?
Yeah.
Okay, fascinating. Wow, all looks very nice. Obviously in Islam you have certain customs about how to prepare meats and slaughter animals, which is called halal. Obviously just means permitted in Arabic language, but yeah, what you'll often find in Arabic supermarkets is the food will be all halal, all the meat will be prepared in the traditional Islamic way to fall in line with the dietary requirements of the Muslim faith. But yeah, let's keep going. Hello. See what else we can find. Well, I must say, I actually really like Hyde Park, this whole area in Leeds. It's really cool. It just has a nice kind of vibe to it and a bit of a sort of community feel. I think because all the houses are very sort of close together, as you can see. Must be a real sense of sort of community. It feels, because there are so many students around and stuff like that, it feels quite like a university campus still. You know, I imagine that most of these houses, like I said, are just students living in them, and because they're so close together, yeah, there's a sort of spirit of koinonia, a sort of, you know, shared living. You know, everyone's sort of walking around, going to each other's houses. Yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of that sort of cheap and cheerful vibe, you know, and there's a bit of, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I mean, I quite like this stuff, but there's a lot of graffiti around here that I think is quite cool. Obviously, a lot of people think it's a bit ugly, but I don't mind it. I think it has its place. And over here, this is really cool. Someone's painted a nice little football thing out here, a little goal. So you can sort of play football in the yard, have a little kickabout. Wow, okay, well, this is a real sign that we're in a university part of the city. You've just got some gas canisters that people have clearly had some fun with. I think over here somewhere is a Hindu temple, so we're going to check that out as well. It's going to be really interesting. Really getting all the big faiths in this vlog. Let's go. Okay, well, behind me you can just see there's an absolutely beautiful Hindu temple. Just have a look over here. You can see there's the flag flying in the distance, and then you've got the Hindu symbol of the Om, which you see in a lot of sort of religious buildings in the Hindu tradition. And I'd love to show you guys inside, but sadly it is locked, so we can't really show you around. But like, look how nice it looks. You can just see there's a little side bit over there, and then here's the kind of main thing. It's, yeah, really very beautiful. And you've got these lovely little cornices, these little decorative bits up there. So yeah, it's really cool. Sadly it's closed, so we can't show you inside, but maybe another time. I'll have to come back again in the future. Over here you can see some rather overgrown trees have sort of smashed up the front of the house a bit. You can see this one as well. Yeah, some of the houses here, for whatever reason, aren't in fantastic condition. The rest of them are kind of alright. You know, these are quite nice places to live. Again, probably mostly student accommodations. See this one, they've done away with the old brick as well. And over here we just have a fascinating place. Look at this. Lupes Cantina, or Lupes Cantina, I don't know how you say it. It's a Mexican restaurant. So let's just go in and have a little look. It looks absolutely fascinating. As you can see, it is very beautiful in here. Come on, mate. Just for one, please. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. I was just going to order a coffee or something, if that's all right.
Yeah, no food.
No food, yeah.
No worries.
Just coffee. I'm sure it's very nice though. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, here's the kind of stuff you can get here in Lupes Cantina Mexicana. A lot of alcoholic coffees, which is very tempting, but I think I might leave it. Yeah, just get a latte or something. Very indulgent to have a latte this time of the day, but yeah, it's about 4 o'clock at the moment. But life's too short. Just while I'm waiting for my drink, I thought I'd show you guys this. It's quite interesting over here. There's just a little Mexican shrine to the Saint Mary, to the Virgin Mary. There's a little crucifix there and some sort of icons of the Virgin Mary. Obviously the Mexicans are Catholic, have a Catholic heritage, and so this kind of stuff is quite common, and it's quite interesting that you've got this kind of decoration to go with it, with the skulls and the kind of Mexican lights. Reminds me a bit of Breaking Bad, to be honest. But yeah, very cool. Wow, it's a very multi-religious episode. I've done all the big religions: Hinduism, Islam, and now Christianity. So yeah, what a treat. Well, I've got this very nice latte in a kind of glass cup, and it tastes lovely, very refreshing. Well, that was the Lupes Cantina here in Leeds. Very nice place. In fact, wow, you can even come here and have a little pint outside. Sure, it's very nice in the summertime, although it's currently the winter, so it's fucking freezing. But yeah, in the summer, that's nice. So over here, this looks like something that used to be a church, and now it looks like it's some kind of community space, or maybe a pub or something. So let's go have a look inside. This is really rather interesting. Let's see. So obviously it still has a lot of the outward semblances of a church. You can see there's the stained glass, and over here we've got a little, what looks like an old war memorial just over there with a cross for the people who died in, by the looks of it, the First World War, and maybe the Second World War as well. But over here we've got a DJ set, well, not a DJ set, but you know what I mean, a kind of mixer. And then over here we've got a bar. So clearly it is some kind of music venue of some kind. Can I just ask you, what is this building at the moment? Is it just like a bar or something?
It's just like a community space, so it's a cafe,
Okay.
and then we do like private events,
Oh, nice.
events, cafes, everything really.
Lovely. Oh, that's a really cool place.
No worries.
Wow, there we go. Isn't that interesting? An old church refurbished into a community centre. And I mean, I find myself saying this a lot in these videos, but I do think it's rather sad and rather poignant that, these beautiful churches are not, they're not really serving their original function anymore. You know, they're staying there to be left. They're not being gotten rid of, and they're being repurposed. But I'm not you know, a very religious person myself, but I do think it's, even so, it's still a shame that we're not using these churches, you know, for what they're intended for. And these beautiful buildings just kind of been left to, yeah, they serve another purpose, it's great, but I don't know, there's still something rather poignant about it, for me at least. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. So there's quite a funny bit of branding over here. We've just got some various personality types of students in student housing. So I've got did a gap year, drama queen, and the house mum. You know, we all know who we're thinking of. If you've been to uni, you have those kind of stereotypes quite a lot, and it's not lost on house over here. So we're about to visit the final mosque that I know of in Hyde Park. It's down here somewhere, and it's called the Medina Masjid, or the Medina Mosque. And Medina is the second holiest city in Islam. Obviously you've got Mecca, which is kind of the big one that everyone knows about, but there's also Medina, which is similarly very important holy city in Islam. And in fact, in fact, it's quite interesting because Medina in the Arabic language literally just means city. Just walking through this, well, you can really tell it's a student accommodation. Look at all the wine glasses that have just been left out. Clearly it was a heavy Monday night last night, but yeah, as the clouds are descending down here, the sun's descending, we're just going to find this last mosque, and yeah, after that, call it a day. Okay, so we've made it to the Medina Masjid over here. We've got some interesting writing over here. You would think that this is Arabic, right? But I actually think this is Urdu, the language of Pakistan, which is still based on the Arabic scripts, but it's slightly different to the one in Arabic. And a lot of Muslims who have emigrated to this part of the north of England are from Pakistan. They're often not Arabs, like many Muslims are. Got a little sign there, it's quite interesting. Please respect the sanctity of the houses of God and do not graffiti these walls. It's probably one of the only walls in this whole area that isn't graffitied, so that's quite significant. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Is it open? Okay, well unfortunately it's actually the prayer time at the moment. The sun's just setting and that's the time for the evening prayer. I've just seen a lot of people go into the mosque, so I'm not going to go in and cause a big fuss, but yeah, maybe I'll come back and have a look in the future. But yeah, this is it from the outside. Obviously very interesting, but yeah, now I'm gonna head off, get the bus back to the centre of Leeds, and yeah, see if we find anything else along the way. Just before we catch the bus, let's have a look inside the Continental supermarket over here. This looks like a really big Asian supermarket. Let's have a look inside. Wow, it is absolutely enormous. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Obviously we saw one of these earlier. This is another sort of Continental supermarket. One thing that's quite interesting over here, you see we've got an array of different drinks. We've got a normal Coca-Cola here, but we've also got some sort of alternatives, like we've got Cola Gaza over here and one cola, and that's because a lot of people, but certainly particularly a lot of Muslims will not buy Coca-Cola at the moment because of the Middle East conflicts. They want to sort of basically distance themselves from companies that are associated with Israel. And Coca-Cola apparently has a lot of money in Israel, so they're kind of having a, what do you call it, a sanction against Coca-Cola. Wow, this market is absolutely huge. So much stuff going on here. Look at all this stuff you can buy: chickpea flour, ground rice, lentils. There we go. Right, let's get on the bus and head back to the city centre.
Please report it to our team or the British Transport Police.
Okay, so we've made it back to Leeds Central Station, and yeah, this is the end of the video, guys. It was absolutely fascinating. Yeah, really enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys took something away from it as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, really nice bunch of people who live there. Really cool, very fun and cultural. So yeah, thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you all very soon.